Hi guys, and welcome again to my channel. This is Chemistry by Austin. This is episode 7 and it's called Chemical Engineering. So we're going to discuss chemical engineering and how profound it is into the chemistry world. So let's dive right into it, shall we? Chemical engineering can be defined as the discipline designing processes to transport, transform, and produce material. Chemical engineers have knowledge on physics, chemistry, biology, and math. So technically, chemical engineers dabble in physics, have knowledge on physics, mathematics, and chemistry, and biology. So it's widely known that they have great knowledge on these disciplines. So they have a lot of opportunities which include biotechnology and pharmaceutical industry. In there, they use enzymes and microorganisms to create new drugs, and such companies as Pfizer and Merck are examples. Okay. Environmental engineering is another opportunity. They try to reduce pollution in air, waterways, and soils, semiconductors, and electronics. Right? Companies like IBM and Intel create microchips and other computer parts. They like these ones too. Like in these companies, like in semiconductors and electronics, companies like IBM and Intel hire chemical engineering, not just computer engineers, because some of the parts need like a chemical engineer's touch. I won't go into these parts, but just know they do. Industrial chemicals is also another opportunity they have. They double in creating stuff like detergents, soaps, for example, Johnson and Johnson's. Yeah, all of the in here chemical engineers usually dwell and thrive, where they get a chance to create some soaps and detergents using their expertise. They also enter into food production. Companies like Nescafé and Kraft usually have chemical engineers with them in food production. Wine is also something they are known in helping create. Petroleum engineering. Now, in oil refinery, they are used to turn crude oil into gasoline and diesel, and they also work for Shell. Okay, you're with me so far? So far, we've gone up to petroleum engineering. They take part in it as well. Guess it's minor. Alternative energy is another opportunity they enter into, like fuel cells, chemical processes to be designed. Right? There's so much in alternative energy, like they work on these, what are they called, motors. Some of these mechanisms that are used in oil refinery, the valves, the gasoline, the expertise in engineering usually help these people to make money and for the companies to thrive, right? So another topic we're going to be looking at in chemical engineering is the scale up. Now, at this point, you don't know much about the scale up, but the scale up is a profound concept. You'll just learn about it. Let me go through it. You'll just enjoy it that way. So they focus a lot on the scale up. This involves taking a small reaction and scaling it to happen on a larger scale. This is the main difference between chemists and chemical engineers. So, as we have seen in our previous episodes, chemistry usually focuses on chemical reaction on a far smaller scale, right? We learned that in our previous episodes. But in chemical engineering, they scale up these reactions to observe them and let them happen on a larger scale for a more crucial and more intimate touch into some of these phenomena and reactions that we have come to know. So, focus on chemical processes and design. Yeah, manufacturing beer. Now, that's another part they do. We've seen that they helped in food production, but little did you know is that they manufacture beer. Now, understanding the chemical reactions used to create beer is one of them. So in beer, they size it properly, design the cooking jacket, design the safety components, the temperature sensors, like I told you, the flow sensors, and the control style. All of them, it's part of what they do. Okay? So, where chemical engineering and chemistry are different. Chemistry majors in, learns more about a reaction on a smaller scale. Chemical engineer scales up that process design, the plant reactors, for example. Understand the chemical reaction. Now, some of these differences, no, never mind that. Let's see them in the future. Yeah, we didn't discuss it. So, the curriculum used to taken in chemical engineering university is some calculus classes as other engineering disciplines. They usually take calculus. They study calculus 1, calculus 2, and calculus 3. They also take differential equations, more math intensity than chemical curriculum. They focus on math a bit more than them. General chemistry, they study general chemistry in school. For example, chemical equations, chemical formulas, and the atomic structure. They focus on organic chemistry, that's carbon containing compounds. And they also focus on physical chemistry, which that includes quantum physics and how it applies to the world of chemistry. So what else do they focus on? It's kinetics. They also focus on kinetics. Imagine how interesting is that. I should be a chemical engineer myself. So they also look at, this is the most interesting part, they also look at thermodynamics, fluid mechanisms, and heat flow. Imagine that. So as per now, let's check the drip check. So that's all for today, folks. That's all we're going to focus on this class, chemical engineering. I hope you enjoyed it. Until I see you again, Austin.